Unfortunately, tonight was not the night for the Miami Dolphins, as the Dolphins fall to 5-2 and lose 31-17 to the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's talk about it. If you are new here, throw me a little subscriber action if you can. If you're not, I appreciate you guys getting me over 400 subscribers. Really, I can't believe over 400 people. I mean, I'm sure at least 50 of them are bots, but roughly 400 people have taken the time to at least kind of think they might want to hear me speak again. That is amazing to me, and I appreciate anyone who takes the time to listen to me talk. Tonight we're going to talk about the Dolphins' loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. I like to get the main topic out of the way first, a topic that everyone's going to be talking about on the internet, which is going to be the penalties. I see Dolphins Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, is in a storm because I could see why, but a lot of people are in belief the refs are the reason that the Miami Dolphins lost this game. Certainly you can point to the face mask that was missed, the countless holdings that were missed, the pass interference on Tyreek that was missed. But that's not why the Dolphins lost this game. The reason why the Dolphins lost this game is quite simple. It's missed opportunities. And the Dolphins were inside the 30 multiple times and came away with nothing. I know one time was the missed call. I don't want to hear it, you know? I don't. I'm not overly pissed off because I'm relatively pleased with the performance, but I don't want to dabble in the idea of making excuses like some fan bases in our division that happen to play in upstate New York. I like to think I'm better than that, and I am willing to admit that the Eagles deserved to win and the Miami Dolphins did not. And Tyreek Hill is a big part of that. He dropped a touchdown, and there was another touchdown. Hill got called back on a holding, which was a holding. It was a good call. And then there was the roughing the passer, which got the Eagles a touchdown. That was another good call. Baker had no business hitting Jalen Hurts there. So, I mean, just the penalties, the missed opportunities, really the reason the Dolphins lost this game. So I chalk that up to chalk or chalk. I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to say there. I attribute that to coaching, and I don't put that all on Mike McDaniel, even though he's the head coach. There's line coaches and injuries. Look, the injuries are a part of this. We had no Xavier Howard. Jalen Waddle hurt for most of this game. Clearly wasn't himself. And, yeah, that's a big part of it. 3 starting offensive linemen not playing. Liam Eichenberg fucking skidding balls off the ground like he's shooting a rock into the pond. And then also the play before, snapping it late. That leads to a turnover or a turnover on downs. I forgot how that drive ended. But just at so many turns here, the Dolphins had opportunities to stay within this game or even take some sort of control, and they just didn't. And that's why the Dolphins lost. And look, let's talk positives here, because at least to my knowledge, we didn't have any major catastrophic injuries in this game. Omar Kelly, as I always say, my favorite Dolphins writer, said this is a body bag game. We're going to lose somebody. And I kind of bought into that. And I was really hoping it wasn't going to be Tua, because I knew they were going to get to him once I seen Connor Williams wasn't playing. Because, you know, Eichenberg, I respect him. He's a professional athlete. He gets cooked a lot on the internet, and I'm sure he, to some degree, knows it, as there appeared to be a burner account for him. But, look, man, I mean, he just gets ran over every time he plays. I can't stand watching that man play football. It really sets the team back, and then Xavier Howard said he was going to play, and then at the last second, he doesn't play. You sit Robbie Chosen, elevate Chase Claypool. I didn't see him at all. I know he made a tackle at some point, but he really made nothing happen on offense. If you're going to invest in a new toy, you should figure out how to use it at least a little bit. Hey, that's just my opinion. And also, another reason the Dolphins lost this game, it's in the trenches. The D-line was fantastic. That is a positive. I could leave this game. Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, they played like we expected them to play going into this season against a great offensive line. So A+ job by the defensive line. They did what they could. Obviously, the secondary, they masked a lot of issues that the secondary had tonight. We really could have got picked apart worse than we did. And then the offensive line, just didn't have it tonight. The first half especially, I believe, had negative rushing yards going into the locker room at halftime. And then coming out of there, we got a little bit going on the ground with misdirection and that fancy shit. But, Tua got sacked, I believe, 3 times. Some bad snaps. Just a overall game that hopefully we won't remember in the end, because the Dolphins are still first in the AFC East as the New England Patriots, next week's opponent, took out the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to the Patriots and Mike Gesicki, keeping us in first in the AFC East. So definitely we could be in a worse position. 5-2. These next 2 games, they're not going to be easy, but it's a big battle next week. It's what I'd argue a bigger game than this week. You're playing against an AFC opponent coming off AFC East opponent coming off a humongous win at home. You got to figure that one out, and then you gear up and you go to Germany and you play another match against the juggernaut. Because, going into this game, a lot of us probably had the same thought. I can't watch the Dolphins go into a hostile environment and get steamrolled. And by most accounts, the Dolphins didn't get steamrolled at all. They hung with the Eagles in this game. They definitely looked like they belonged on the same field. And you play this game again, the Dolphins probably win. It just is what it is. And luckily it's the regular season, so you go back to the drawing board and you look at it and go, look, we're missing like fucking 5 starters or something. At least. Who do we got? Armstead, Xavier Howard, Connor Williams, fucking Jalen Ramsey's going to be our starting quarterback soon. I'm sure there's more. I just can't think of them off. Oh, Devon Chan, he's not even back. That's 5 players just off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more that's just escaping me at this current moment in time. But hopefully as we get to that bye week after the Chiefs game, the Dolphins could really gear up and become a juggernaut for themselves. And, what I say about this team is the Dolphins aren't going to beat you running at you, because they're not strong enough. They're only going to beat you going around you. So that's just the truth about this team right now, where we're at. But not a terrible performance overall. All right, it's 11:30 at night. I'll have more thoughts in the coming days. I really do appreciate it. To you all out there who have hit that subscribe button and left me comments. Yeah, it's great. All right, I'm fucking out of here.